Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, June 27th, 2017. Hope you're having a good week. It was a good session for stocks and futures on Monday. We gapped up. We tried to go higher, got some good futures stuff in, rolled over, got some more good futures stuff in, and actually rolled pretty sharply initially, although it doesn't look like it here. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market and futures form. Continues to look like nothing's happening when you look at the ES. But there was definitely a little more action on the Nasdaq side, and we had a lot of stocks moving a bit, which is good because, as we've discussed, as this week wears on, going to Thursday, people start to leave for the long weekend, and frankly, most of next week's going to be an extended weekend. And then also we've got end of month, end of quarter, end of half year on Friday, so nobody's going to be doing anything there on a summer Friday. It's the calendar from heck, as they say. Having the month of June end on a Friday is a recipe for Friday to be useless unless something major goes on in the world. And then, of course, 4th of July being on a Tuesday means Monday's a joke. Next Wednesday will be a joke, which means most of next week will be a joke. So giving us nice, like Monday's nice. Hopefully Tuesday, maybe Wednesday gets good opportunities as well. And then we start to focus on shutting things down for a little bit. Here's a look at the major indices. We'll go through them all. We'll talk about what's coming out tomorrow. Crude oil rose 12 cents to 43.50, still near the low of the last year in a fairly narrow range. Gold down $1.10, which just doesn't matter. The S&P literally closed up 0.77, not even a point. NDX was down 25. Started the day very positive. We got stocks down 10, and you've got the biotechs down 9, although they're still holding up. Got the VIX down, now this sucks. VIX down 12 cents to 9.9, single digits on the VIX again. Trim closes at 0.79. That keeps the 10-day moving average up at 1.2, which is not a signal. Nasdaq volume was 2.1 billion shares, which is less than a lot of what we've seen lately, but it was still started out decent. Advanced decline ratio on the Nasdaq ended up plus 307. It was negative midday, came back a bit on the New York plus 880. Google loses 14 points. By the way, that's an outside day down on Google, I should point out. Look at that. Opened up and then engulfed the entire prior day and closed below it. That's an outside day down on Google. And also, we just would have had a 13 sell signal on Google from a seeker's perspective, except for the fact that we didn't close above the 8th candle. So you need to, for that to work with the qualifier on, we don't have the signal yet. But technically, you do have the signal without the qualifier on, and the next day we get the engulfing candle. Notice the last time Google had a 13 sell signal only one time in the last year. That was in March, and it did dip from there a bit. Apple down 46 cents. That's a blip for Apple. Amazon down $9.76. This is not a good pattern on Amazon, by the way. Netflix down 52 cents after recovering the last couple of days. Tesla down $5.96. That's off the highs, the highest close of all time the day before. 20-year bond ETF, which is the TLT, up 48 cents. Dow Jones, who cares, up $14. Goldman was up $3.25 though. That's what helped the Dow. All right, so what did we do intraday? Let's take a look at 5-minute candles. Those would be 10-minute candles. We'll switch it to 5-minute candles. And what do we get? We get, see the gap up. So we gapped up. We pushed higher, rolled over, broke the lows, which was also the pressure threshold exactly. Gave us a nice futures trade. Came back, filled the gap. That was the low of the day. And then we just hung around, really flattened out. Afternoon didn't really give us much in the way of opportunities. NASDAQ side, that slide was very negative. Look at that. Really a hard sell-off on the Nasdaq side. But again, the second half of the day was boring. It was all in the first 2 hours. In terms of economic data on Tuesday, the only thing we really have is consumer confidence 30 minutes into the market. That is it. And then we've got Wednesday, and like I said, after that, things are probably going to really lighten up. So let's hope for some good action Tuesday and Thursday or Wednesday. See what we get. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will hook you up for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Tuesday.